Hey guys, this is Sharon Joy at Virtual Accounting Strategies. Today we'll talk about why learn accounting and bookkeeping. But before we get started, if you're looking to be a bookkeeper and you want a complete mentorship program that can help you build confidence in bookkeeping and get clients that pay between $500 and $5,000 per month or more, click on the link inside of the description to book a call to see if our mentorship program can help you. So let's jump right in and talking about the reasons why you learn accounting and bookkeeping. So let's start with, in the US, there's 30.2 million businesses. So you have a huge client base from which to draw on. So there's a lot of room for you to get clients. So you don't have to worry about a very specific targeted industry. There's a broad base to go after because everybody needs some accounting and bookkeeping help. The second item is that you have the opportunity to network with millionaires who can become your clients. So let me tell you a story. So I had a client, I went to a networking event and I met this gentleman. I just gave him my business card. He was a real estate investor and, only had a couple of properties. And, we kind of chit-chatted a little bit, left my card with him, didn't really think anything else about it. He called me a couple of months later and he asked me to take a look at his books and to help him get his books together because he was going after a financial deal. So it turned out that he actually had 10 properties. And he was partnering with somebody to go after this apartment complex. So after working with him for a while, getting the financial statements ready for the bank and so forth, we went to a real estate networking event. And at first, everybody was kind of milling around and talking among themselves because, I didn't know anybody there. So then Jay started walking around with me and introducing me to people. And as I started speaking with these people, these people had millions of dollars worth of property. They had apartment complexes. They have multiple commercial properties. They had multiple residential properties. So you just never really know who you get a chance to network with. But being in accounting, you always have that opportunity because of the large client base. Another reason I learned accounting and bookkeeping is, for income security. So you never really have to worry about losing your job during a recession because everybody needs a bookkeeper in their business. You need to be able to track how your business is doing and where it's going. So, but, it's really important that you understand why you're even doing bookkeeping in the first place. Bookkeeping is really, really important to every business. And so, people ask me, well, isn't bookkeeping becoming automated? Well, will people still need bookkeepers? So bookkeeping is already automated, right? You have to use an accounting system to make things easier for yourself. It makes you more efficient. But people still need accountants and bookkeepers to help them interpret the numbers and explain the technology. So the real value is not really just in spitting out numbers. You make money by connecting with the business owners and helping them make business decisions. This is what we do. We train people not just to spit out data, but to interpret and add value. So you can charge large amounts of dollars because you're creating value for your client. So again, accountants don't need to be good with numbers. So there are a lot of other soft skills that accountants use on a daily basis to make sure that a business is financially healthy. So some examples of important skills are, listening. You have to be a good listener. You have to be able to interpret, what your client is saying. You have to be a good time manager. So you have to be able to multitask. You got to be able to move through multiple spreadsheets and multiple parts of the business at the same time. You have to be organized. There could be a lot of paperwork, a lot of documents that you have to go through, and you have to be able to do it in a systematic way. You also have to have critical thinking. So it's really important that you can look at something and really analyze it. So these are the type of soft skills that help accountants gather information, for the people that are interested in a business's success and then communicate their findings. Knowledge of how a business works is also important. If you don't know what your product is, you don't know what your client does, it's really hard for you to give any kind of advice to them. Another way to say is that, an accountant is almost like an investigator. That means you have to be curious. You have to have deductive reasoning. You have to be able to dig into numbers. You have to have a feeling about, well, this number, it's just logically not correct. I'm not sure what's wrong with it, but you got to be able to look at it and just kind of get this feeling that something is not quite right. So another way to think about it is that bookkeeping is a tactical role, while accounting is more of a strategic role. So what I mean by that is strategic thinking means that you can give a broad overall picture to your client. Tactical means more that you're focused on the day-to-day activities and the individual tasks and the deliverables that you're giving to your client. Bookkeepers record and organize financial data for the business. I mean, when people bring you a bag of receipts, you have to be able to go through it and organize it. And then you have to be able to express and communicate to your client what those mean. So accountants analyze and advise, business leaders about, different things that's going on in the industry. They have to look at the numbers that the client in the client's books, and they have to be able to give insighting trends. I see your business is moving this direction. I see you're spending more money on this. I see that the industry is kind of changing in this way. You have to give opportunities for savings. For example, you could be saying that, I see that you're spending more money on X, Y, and Z this month than normal. Is this something that you realize that you're doing? I had a client that thought that he was doing really well. So he was spending quite a bit of money on software, but they were taking the money out of his account on a regular basis. So he didn't really realize how much was being taken out. So as his accountant, I was able to go into his bank account and see this expenses adding up day after day and month after month, and they were getting larger and larger, and he wasn't even aware of it. So as his accountant, I was able to say, are you seeing that these charges are trending up? Are you realizing that you're spending this much money? Do you still need to be spending this? So that's the role that's the value that an accountant brings to the program. So if you're a bookkeeper and you want a complete mentorship that can help you build your confidence in bookkeeping and help you get some clients, click on the link inside of this description and book a call to see if our mentorship program is right for you. The longer you wait to partner with a mentor to learn bookkeeping and QuickBooks, the higher the likelihood that you can make mistakes and cause business owners thousands of dollars. So doing the free QuickBooks certification is not really enough. You need to know how to navigate the software, and you need to have that underlying skill set in bookkeeping to analyze stuff. So for example, a lady came to me a few weeks ago. She had set up her chart of accounts, and she, something wasn't quite right and she couldn't figure it out. So after going through her chart of accounts, I saw that she had set up like expense accounts as asset accounts. So, and there were really a large number of transactions that was going through it. So if we didn't catch this thing hit the bottom line, and it was causing the financial statements to be skewed. So it's really important that you get this training, this analysis, these soft skills as soon as possible, because a mistake like this can be devastating if you don't catch it. So if you want to avoid making mistakes and that could ruin your client's business and get the confidence that you need, give us a call and see if we can help you. Talk to you soon.